So
Yeah, it says SKOCO.
And then it was first next year.
The second one, I was like,
All right, at 6:30, we will call the meeting to order.
okay, April 2026 meeting minutes attended by myself. All three board members were here. Mary Atkins and Rand Nepley. March meeting minutes were read and approved. Open issues were the town website, furnace reimbursement, and stop sign. I was still trying to figure out how to work with the state to get a free website set up and hosted by them, because supposedly you're supposed to be able to do that. The tornado siren, we had dealt with that and it was functioning at that time. Still waiting on Henry County Community Foundation to approve or deny the grant or to reimburse us for the furnace repairs that we had an expense for. Michael had gathered a donation from a local realtor to help go towards that. We talked about the robot vacuum, maybe not working in the community building. The clinic with Ambassadors for God's Creatures had 50 plus animals that were served at that clinic. McGann had advised to the clerk on board that he wanted to waive his 2026 salary and appropriate it to the police department fund. I created a document for the chief to sign acknowledging the waiver and was going to email that to him, and also advised that those funds would be distributed at the normal times that payroll would be distributed to the police department. We discussed the Henry County Community Foundation annual offer to pay half the cost of a dumpster rental for the town. The town's cost would be $220. The board didn't make a decision about that. They were gonna do, poll some community interest in that. The PD provided a locking cash bag to be kept in their safe. The town deed and any items from the closed safe deposit box will be kept in it. Ellie has a key and Michael was given a key as well. Rental funds were received from Michael. We did talk about an update to a claim that the police department had, but been reviewed by a lawyer, and he said there was no need for concern or findings. PD stats were reported with speed trailer stats. Mary had said that Larry would buy stakes with the spiral auger to anchor the marquee sign at the lodge. He would buy the stakes and then somebody else would have to help install them.
He tried to put the stakes in the ground, but the ground was so hard, he couldn't twist them in there. And now he's been having all these tests and doctor's appointments, and he just hasn't felt like doing anything. He's got another procedure tomorrow for biopsy, so.
Yeah, like I said, I'll get them from you, and either I'll get myself or the boys or somebody will help me do it. They did put that stop sign up that Jason had, temporary stop sign, so I can take that. I'm still working on the website. I do actually have the right people in the right department or program that I'm talking to now. And so they just sent me some stuff today, like all the steps that I need to do to set it up. It'll just be a very simple, basic setup, kind of like what we had before. And there's like a few different designs you can choose from, but I don't know, there's not a whole lot of difference in them, basically. Still haven't heard back from Henry County Community Foundation. I did meet with them that day after the last meeting, but that was just they wanted to just lay eyes on stuff and gather more information. There was no decision made. They said they make it at the next monthly meeting, which I assume will be very soon this month.
Is that open to the public?
The grant,
No, their meeting, the community meeting, monthly meeting.
I don't know.
I used to go to them.
So it's open to the public?
Or maybe it's only open to the applicants, I don't know.
Hmm.
I only went whenever we applied for a grant.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Did you ever apply for a Walmart grant?
Yeah, and they needed the form, 4076C form that I had not been able to come up with as of yet. I haven't tried in a while, but the last
Is that
time.
Do
the
they have that
not-for-profit?
Do they have it?
Does Walmart have it? It's a form provided to you by the IRS. I got something very similar, but not what they were looking for. Of course, the siren is still working good. Still waiting on Henry County Community Foundation. That's all I've got for you guys, I think.
The only new business I have, after I got to thinking about it, after we posted the rental calendar online, would be concern for privacy. Just thinking if somebody's ex seen that they were having a party and then showed up kind of thing, which we had put it online in the past, but that thought just kind of crossed my mind.
Could we start putting it in just reserved and initials like AD?
I could probably change it to do it that way.
I'm not
Put
sure how
initials.
much it's utilized, but I like it.
Yeah,
Then being able to at least look and see, if it's available.
initials may work, all right. That was just my only concern.
Mhm.
Like I said, it just, that thought popped
Yeah.
up.
No, honestly, you wouldn't even have to put initials as long as you know who's got it,
Yeah, just put reserve.
Yeah.
or something.
I usually rely on the Google Calendar to tell me who has it, so
Mhm.
I don't have any other things.
I would like to bring up the issue with the trash increase. 'Cause I guess there was another increase for trash pickup.
An increase in the base cost, or it's probably just the fuel
So-
surcharge?
Yes.
Is
So,
that for the building here?
no, for the community. Did your, trash bill go up?
I haven't paid any attention, honestly, but, I mean, with the residents able to pick who they, whether it's Rumpke or Fisk out of Greenfield or
Mhm.
Best Way, there's not much we can do on the town side.
Yeah, I didn't know if we could contact and see if they could give us, if we got everybody to join one, company, if they could give us a group discount or.
We looked into that in the past, and it would come down to putting more on her plate to have to take
That would
the
be it, to
payment.
do the individual billing.
Yeah,
Mhm. That's the way I remembered it.
Mhm. And that's why I remembered it, but I didn't know
Yeah.
if they could bill us
That would be
individually.
the only way, if I'm remembering correctly, that it would possibly reduce costs, but then basically, if you're gonna pay somebody to do that job and manage the billing, then you're gonna increase costs there, so would it really save that much?
Hmm.
I mean, we could always look into it again, but like Michael said, that's
Well, there
what.
used to be an individual who came through town and he used to pick up your trash.
yeah, Timmy.
Timmy Tompkins.
Yeah. Is there anyone like that that would,
Not that I'm aware of anymore. I don't know anybody that does it personally like that. He was a one of a kind.
yeah,
Is he still living?
No. No, he passed away 7 or 8 years ago, and then his brother just passed away back in December.
Other than that, unless we just buy our own garbage truck and then take it.
I wonder if we can rehaul a fire truck.
I'm sure there's tons of liability and issues involved in that would come up.
Did the town decide whether they were gonna do the community dumpster?
I was gonna ask about that.
I know I've had a lot of people interested, have said something to me about it.
I feel like the response online was good.
Yeah, there was a couple other people who said they'd throw money in.
When it gets down to the bottom, I would throw some money in. I was just waiting to see if anybody else was gonna. So I think you were the only person that I saw.
Linda Creek's daughter-in-law, Debbie, said that they would pitch in. I'm for it.
I am too. And was Jason the one that was gonna pay for it?
He said if nobody else did,
yeah.
he would,
Okay.
so.
Okay.
Do you remember what the cost on that was?
It's like
$2 something?
$220 or something.
220, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I think we can probably get the majority of it covered through donations.
If we split that 5 ways, it'd be what, $44 a piece?
Yeah,
And if we get more people, it'd be even less.
Yeah. And the only other thing I have is that, the neighbors that live in the Friends parsonage, I guess Cheshire's dog bit his wife on the ankle. And it was the same one that bit Savannah, but it had got out. So I just wanted to kind of put that out there and make everybody aware. It's a black and white, like pit bull type dog. But
And it's been 2 people already.
Yeah.
Is the pit bull's not the one that bit Savannah?
the black and, I don't know if it's a pit bull or not, but it's the black and white one.
Okay. I don't remember which one bit Savannah.
do you know if they filed a report on that?
I have no idea. But I know he said that she's not been able to work because her ankle's been swollen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know Savannah did file a report.
Mhm.
And then that would end up falling on the Humane Society, I believe, but I'm not 100% positive on that. If
Mhm.
if an animal has so many write-ups, I
Yeah.
think that they come and do something, but I'm not. You
Yeah.
remember anything on that, Mary?
Well, when we stopped paying them, they stopped doing anything
Yeah.
for us.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was a legality thing that they
But
had
what they
to.
told us was that if it bit someone or it was a danger to someone, the police department would call the Humane Society and they would have to come out and do it. But the police department would have to call them and ask them. We couldn't do it.
Yeah.
We couldn't do it unless the dog was a danger to someone or had bitten someone. If he's bitten somebody twice and they call the sheriff's office, they can say, you need to go out
Mhm.
and do something about this dog.
Well, they don't
We just
call,
couldn't do
they don't call the sheriff, they can call our.
Yeah, I'm asking Steve if there was a recent report made on that, so.
Okay. And I talked to
What was her
him
name?
Sunday, I think it was Sunday. And he
Sunday?
said she got
Sunday?
bitten a couple days ago.
You know their name?
Um,
You know his name's Herschel.
Her name's Alma.
yeah, that's all I know is Herschel and Alma.
Kester.
Hester?
Kester.
Oh, Kester.
She's a really nice person.
Yeah,
She lives
she
in our
is.
church.
Yeah.
is he?
Yes, they are. They're very sweet people. I gave them like 60 tomato plants yesterday.
But her dog,
It's so cute.
her dog almost attacked me when she came down to my house the other day.
Mhm.
Because I crocheted a little flower to put on her antenna.
Uh-huh.
And she had her dog with her and I thought her dog was gonna eat me up.
Oh, the red one, the
That reddish
Labradoodle.
brown, yeah.
Yeah. He's all bark.
So
Yeah.
I wonder if maybe that dog, Cheshire's dog,
I think
Saw
their
that
dog
dog.
got out and the black and white dog had gotten out and their dog was out. And I don't know if they started fussing and she tried to break them up, but he said that the one dog was loose and their dog was loose and she was there and it bit her. So, yeah.
She usually has hers on a leash.
Yeah.
That doesn't-
And she said he did say their dog was chained up.
We'll see. And if you ever watch Judge Judy, you know that if that dog that bit her is not on a leash, they are responsible. They are responsible for her losing her work hours,
Mm-hmm,
you know, because that dog was not under their control.
yeah. I know the red one got loose and came in my backyard. And I happened to have the rake, and I thought, oh Lord, I'm ready, because I was gonna, but it was all friendly. And so I walked it around the block and walked it back to the front of the house. And I started to open the gate to let it in. And Cheshire came to the door and said, did you get out again? And I said, well, he was very friendly. I thought, he was one that bit Savannah. So I was kind of scared. And he said, no, it was a black and white one.
Yeah, Steve said he's got a couple, and he's working on that, so.
Okay, so they did, okay.
On the dumpster rental, I'll go ahead and, I didn't bring the paper with me, but I'll go ahead and respond to them, let them know we want to do it. And, I can just pay it out of the donation fund, and then we can collect money and put it back in there.
Can we even have like someone there to give free will offerings, to take?
I mean, you'd have to have somebody sit and buy it 24/7.
I mean,
We could tell them they can drop it in the box, or
mhm,
see one of us, or put it in the mail.
okay.
Most of the time, I think they just hunt somebody down, usually Michael.
Mhm. I got a camper you can sleep in if you want. I'll pull it down
We're
here.
gonna monitor it.
But we do have cameras, so I mean, we could, yeah, but, okay.
You have anything else? You have anything else?
I did have a question, sort of police department related. And I had CC'd you guys on the email. I've always had questions about how you guys handle the police department and things that are approved or not approved that they do. And that contract was just an example of, is that something that they run by the board first? Or is that something that's just a unilateral decision? And, just what kind of oversight and what that dynamic is.
On stuff like that, no, because they are their own entity. We pay Paul, he's the police chief. As the board, we trust him to make the right decisions. The only thing it would come down to would be if there was like a lawsuit type thing pop up, that the board would then intervene and require an investigation.
So is the police department considered to be owned by the town?
I mean, they work for us, right?
They work for us, but we don't necessarily own them.
Well, yeah, that makes sense to me because,
I think is the wrong word.
Yeah, govern,
Yeah.
or,
Yeah, it would be like
Um,
any other city's police department. The mayor doesn't oversee everything that they do, kind of thing.
right.
Probably like the fire department. Kennard owns their fire department, we don't. They're their own entity.
Mhm.
mhm.
How is that determined or split? Or how,
That's
what's the
just-
difference, I
That's
guess?
how it always was when I took over, and I did it 22 years. Annie did it. But they are their own entity. We don't have control over what they do, We pay for their services. Now, the building we own.
Right. I think, is that the main difference is that, and I don't know, I'm asking, does Kenner control their budget and their money?
They do. The fire department has to give them an annual budget that they need. We don't do that. We just pay for their services so much a year.
That would make sense to that
And they carry their
differentiation.
own insurance.
Mhm.
We don't have to pay for their
Mhm.
insurance, liability or anything.
It just seems like the type of thing that, if I was on the board and as a citizen, I would want to know that my board is involved in some of those decisions, things that are going to affect the community, could possibly affect the
Mhm.
community. And I'm just voicing my opinion as a citizen, that's all.
So what happens if one of the police officers does something and gets sued, is the town gonna get sued?
They have
Who
their
has the
own,
liability for that?
they have their own insurance policy and everything.
Okay.
The police department.
Yeah,
It's in the town's name, but it's a separate, no, it's not really separate.
Because one of the police officers, quite a while ago, was talking to Larry, and he said, you know, if they're in Indy or if they're somewhere else and they've got that jacket on, you know, and that car that says Greensboro Police Department, and they do something and get sued for it, that the town can be liable for it.
Mhm.
I don't know who told him that. There's so many of them.
I don't know if that's accurate or not.
I know when,
Might be something you'd ask
the
your
other
lawyer.
person was here, he had kind of made a statement like that because he was saying that one of his offers was in Greenfield or something, and there was a car accident, and they were right there. Do you remember that?
Something.
And so his officer assisted with that car accident. And then whoever the sheriff or police was, you know, contacted him and wanted to know what his officer was doing there. But he was just like, you know, there. He just happened to be at the
But
stop
don't they
sign
have
or whatever.
Wait here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
we did statewide.
but,
You get sometimes people will question why an officer is up north or down south or whatever, so.
to protect and serve everywhere,
Yeah, but some people,
territorial.
yeah. I guess that's a good word to say.
Okay, so the only thing I wanted to mention was, if anybody has any old paint that's still good, it's like a bright color, like yellows, oranges, reds, blues. Jason's gonna get some tires. And so there's a spot over here by the shed that has a lot of tree stumps. So I saw on Facebook where you can paint tires and make designs, so we kind of wanted to make like a worm or something to kind of put around there and some decorations. So if anybody has
Bright
any
colors,
old
I'll ask our manager if we have some.
acrylic, I think it's,
Has to be outdoor paint.
yeah, and I bought several cans of acrylic spray paint. But I haven't got them all yet.
Was that you or Misty that had all that paint when we did the Pike Festival?
Misty,
Misty.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
I don't know if she still has it.
yeah. I don't know.
Well, sometimes at work,
Yeah.
Walmart,
yeah,
people will bring paint back,
back, yeah.
and then they CVP it, which means they mark it down. And it could be that if he has some, he could donate it.
Okay, cool,
I'll ask him.
okay,
I go back to work Wednesday.
okay. Thank you.
Are my little things still on the tree over there?
Mhm. And see, that's colorful, and I thought this little caterpillar thing would be,
Yeah.
you know,
It held up
kind
really
of cute
well.
with that,
Yeah.
yeah.
Todd, do you want to go ahead there?
Sure, gave Ellie the bank statement for the PD. We had, for the month of April, we had 916 hours, we had 39 traffic stops, and we assisted or had 24 runs. So, that's all we have.
Do you have the statistics to share, of the signs?
The trailer,
Yeah,
they pulled the trailer, I know they're working on getting some new software for it so that we can make sure we're getting accurate distance readings. So I know there are some people ask about, well, it is reading past the town limits or so. So I think
Yeah.
they're gonna work on making sure the software is up to date and
Okay.
getting those true in-town stats.
Yeah.
So
I think the biggest issue with that one was when it was out here, because it was picking up as soon as you top the hill up here.
yeah, I was thinking someone had posted something about that.
Yeah, so I know they're working on getting the software for it so they can get it within range, so it's
Okay.
not getting past, so we can get a better accurate
Okay,
reading on
What was accurate was the numbers, though. The
it. Yeah,
traffic
the
numbers that were-
number of vehicles itself was
Yeah.
totally
Yeah,
accurate, so,
amazing.
and that was just one way.
Yeah.
That wasn't both ways.
Did
It's hard to
you,
believe that many cars come
I
through.
know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But if you sit on our porch,
You're
you
right.
can.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll just start.
Yeah,
That'll
and
give
then
Larry
they're the ones
something
that don't
to
stop at the stop
Yeah.
sign.
Mary, Connie, do you guys have anything this evening?
No, I was just telling Ellie that Larry had the things to
Mhm.
fix the sign, and he won't say he needs any help doing it, he'll just say, I can do it,
Mhm.
but he doesn't feel like doing it. And once he starts the radiation 5 days a week for 6 weeks, he won't feel
Yeah,
like doing
Doing
anything.
anything, yeah.
Connie?
The only thing I have is that I've gotten some piles of wood of the stuff that I need to burn. And, it probably won't be too much longer. I'll be wanting to burn them. I've got 2 or 3 little piles, but I got one main one. It's only gonna be one fire. I'll bring all of it back to that one. But I gotta get it out.
We just burned all of ours.
I was gonna say, I have 3
Yeah.
piles currently out here,
Yeah. we
Or
just
I've
burned
cleaned
a
it.
bunch.
not burnt, so.
As long as it's not too dry and windy, you're good to go.
Okay. I'll pick a good day.
Yes.
The county was the last one to handle the last run,
On the dog bite.
yes.
Henry County, they called Henry County?
That we didn't have, it was between when we had somebody on and they came out and took care of that last one.
Okay,
So but at least it has been recorded there.
Yeah.
So. Okay.
okay.
But we're gonna make sure,
6:56.
we're gonna make sure that the guys know about how to report, and how to make sure, those are follow-ups are done, so.
Okay.
All right. Meeting adjourned.
I can think.
Yeah, Michael needs to go home too.